Hey guys, um, I'm here. Going to be talking. Whoa, see if we can get this glare out of here. 1 second. Ugh. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get something turned on real quick, and then I will start talking. Okay. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I know last night I said I was going to go live, but had an awful headache, so doing it tonight. We're gonna play around with some home labbing and share my screen out here in a second. All right. So, welcome to the Doghouse. My name is Terrapup, aka Chuck Payne. And if you've been following along, I occasionally do these live chats where I want to talk about home labbing and working on things. I've been working a lot with two boards lately. This is the UE2R1, and I've been trying to get it up and running and having a little bit of success with it, but can't get sound working on it. So that was part of the reason I had a headache yesterday. And the other board I've been working on is the Banana Pi P2 Pro. Someone reached out to me and asked if I could help get some Wyoming protocols working on this. And I tried, even bought a mic for it because, it's supposed to be designed for something like that. It goes like this. But I couldn't get the ALSA to work. It's just not picking up the mic, and I think I'm doing something wrong. But anyway, so last night when 10 o'clock rolled around, I was tired. It's one of those where I really, really was just burnt out. I like working with a lot of stuff, as you guys know, but if I get frustrated and get burnt out, I just need to step back. So put on the headsets and crank some music. So, but anyway, we're going to talk about some things I'm pretty excited that I got working in my lab. The first thing I want to show you guys is I got hopefully I can log in. I got Proxmox working. And everybody's going to be like, so what? You've had it working the last time you did a live video. You had it working on the UE2X1, which is an Intel. The reason I'm pretty excited about this one is if we click over here on Kitsune, and we click on shell. Check that out. Orange Pi Plus, and this is my 16 gig model. It's show it, yeah, right there, 8% of the 16 gigs. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that because this is on an Orange Pi. It's Proxmox, and it was one of those things. I got it up and running. I've actually, if we click over here on the host, I've got 2 hosts that was trying to boot up. I don't think this one's going to boot, but we could try starting it. See if it comes up. I was having issues with, oh, look, it is coming up. Having issues trying to get the display to work and show, the video. As you see, it went to inactive, and over here, we'll try this one real quick. This is Debian. Let's see if it comes up. I get this far, and oh, this one might actually work, but I can't get it to show a lot. It's a learning experience. Plus, I'm having to do UEFI, which is a little bit different animal, because over here on this one, we go back to it, no display. So I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong. libvirt is working. So, oh, cool. It's actually coming up. I'll try installing it, but let's go ahead and do that. But anyway, to me, this is a major milestone in my home lab because this isn't bare metal. This is it's ARM, and this, hopefully I won't lose anything. We'll go back over here. This is to show you guys. See, look, it's the 64-bit version of ARM. It's working nicely. Again, really excited because if I can get this to work, if they ever release another 32 gig Orange Pi, I may buy another one. Right now, the 32 gigs are like almost impossible to find. But anyway, let me just to show you. Oops. So that's my 16 gig that's running Proxmox right now. This was my original Orange Pi 5 Plus. And this one is my 32 gig. And believe it or not, I have a video on my channel where I actually record it with OBS. And I'm going to go back in. We're going to check the monitoring, see how it's going, see if anything's down. So, yeah, my disk is kind of a mess. So, anyway. But I figure I'd hang out. So, working with this stuff, it's fun, but it gets frustrating. You know, this is a hobby, and it's not really work, but it just it gets frustrating, especially when you're like, okay, this should be a Debian OS. You go look at it. It's not Debian OS. It's a hybrid OS, and it's not using a full kernel. It's using some bastardized kernel that will run Linux, but it's really meant for Android, and it just gets frustrating because if you don't know Android, you have to go learn things like Android only likes 4 systems. I think I've stated this before. And when it uses disk labels, you have to go look. And if it says OEM and user data, those are useless to a Linux distro. And I don't know why board developers, they want to use it. Well, I do. The Nanaro development kit that Rockchip uses for their boards is supposed to be real easy to deploy and all that. So again, it gets frustrating. So other than that, like I said, we're trying to get some stuff up and running. So we'll see if we can get this to install. I don't think it will, but let's try it real quick. And the other thing I want to do is, let's make that, there we go. That looks better. Hi, Stephen. Or hi, Steve. China has just ended their Chinese New Year holiday, and it's the year of the dragon. I'm a sheep, but we'll see how it goes. I like it when people come on and watch, so it's pretty good. So anyway, let's continue working over here. But let's talk about something real quick. And I know I'm kind of all over the place. So these boards that I always get, and you've seen my little desktop rack over here. The whole reason I'm doing this is I want to be able to have a smaller lab. Believe it or not, over that way I have a office with a half rack of equipment. You can see the videos on it, and it's pretty loud and it gets hot. So I'm trying to do all this stuff over here to get it smaller. So if I can get this to work, it'll be pretty nice. Plus, being someone who's used OpenSUSE, Red Hat, Debian, and all these other distros, it's kind of nice being able to install the ARM version, which it's a different kernel, so there's different things that you have to look at. So it's exciting. All right. So let's go up here. Okay. And let's click on, because this is going to be UEF, create us a boot partition. I know I'm probably making this too big, but better to have more space than not enough space. So how's everybody doing tonight? Stephen has watched me before. Steve, not Steven. Steve has watched me before. So it's kind of cool to see people come back. Still working on getting some videos out. One of my last videos, Check MK, like I said, we're going to look at it here in a couple minutes. I just want to get this kicked off real quick. Virtualization. Oh, by the way, while I'm doing this, we can do some talking. So, Cloudcom. I don't want to call you what I really want to call you, but wow, guys, you really kind of messed up. You are following in the same path that Citrix did. Citrix years ago got bought out by this company that decided that it was going to break it up, sell it for parts. And when they did, one of the things that I couldn't believe that they were doing was they got rid of free licenses for Citrix Zen. I mean, you can get Citrix Zen, a open source version of it, but this was a fully, you had to apply for a license. And when you got the license, you could play around with it, and it was pretty good. But they decided, okay, we're, like most people that buy out a company, we're going to buy it and gut it. And they got rid of it. And luckily, the company I was working at the time, we were moving away from Citrix Zen to libvirt and had better results with it. But it was one of those, I had servers running it, the license expired, and I was like, what am I going to do? So, but anyway, I was able to get the stuff, build new servers, get stuff moved over in doing that. But a lot of home labbers who want to improve their ESXi skills can't do that anymore because Broadcom more or less said, no ESXi for you anymore. No free stuff. Go away. You must pay. And what they're going to see is a lot of people are going to start adopting either OpenVZ or Proxmox, or I think it's NGXCP. But they're going to adopt something that is not, that is free. And what's going to happen is they're going to get used to it. They're going to like it. And the companies that they go to work for, they're going to say, hey, I can do X with this. And, if we either buy it or get support for it, we'll be cool because I can take care of you. And Broadcom's going to turn around and they're going to go, hey, why aren't we seeing the money that VMware was making before we bought them out? And it's going to be because a lot of people are going to be ticked off and they're going to say, you know what? No thanks, Broadcom. It was bad enough when as a Linux sysadmin, it took me forever to get your drivers and your wireless drivers, especially working. God, you would 10, 15 years ago, you would buy a Dell laptop and it had Broadcom Wi-Fi chips in it, and they were a nightmare. I mean, I'm not kidding. They were a nightmare to set up. So it was like, why would I want to mess with your software anymore? Okay, because that's why Realtek and Realtek lately, those becoming a pain in the butt. Intel's always been a pain in the butt, but people are going to look at different hardware or different software because of greed and the stuff that they can't play with. To get a cert, I have a lot of friends that have certs. I don't. All the stuff I learned in my home lab is why I have the skill set that I do. But you're paying $3,000, for some of these certs. You go in and you're learning for the cert. You're not really getting the skills and experience like you see with with the stuff that people do. And because of that, people are going to use what they know. I mean, Python was free. A lot easier to learn than Java, so that's why the market has shifted more towards Python, less away from Java. Perl was free for years. People like it. I think they still use it, but if you tried to ask someone a question about Perl, you got 8 different ways of doing it. Python, you get a couple ways of doing it, and it's a lot easier. So people really need to focus on, if you're going to sell a product or you're going to sell support, Okay, you really need to think what are your users out there? Um, what do they know and what are they going to do? And we'll keep the K dump. Usually I don't like K dump just because your passwords and all that kind of fun stuff goes into it. But Broadcom, what they should have done was keep offering ES6i, be like Proxmox saying, hey guys, you get it, but we're going to cripple the number of cores you can run. Well, Proxmox doesn't do this, but Zen used to. You can only have systems that 4 gigs of memory and up to 2 cores, 4 cores. If you want more than that, you can buy an introduction hobby license that will give you not all the bells and whistles, but it'll give you enough that you can do more with it. And then after that, you need to look at your small business or enterprise class licensing. Just going out there and just killing it like you did, it was a bad business move. Okay. And we'll see where you guys go with this. Okay. All right. I want a GUI. I don't want some toys to play with. So where is development tools, Linux, remote devs? Where is Office? I do not see Office here. Yeah, we'll try with that. Like I said, we're just going to see if we can get it up and running. Okay. Oh, and you got to understand something. I know I'm not showing it, but I am pretty excited that it's working. The other day, I didn't get this far. I got Proxmox up and installed on it. Was super excited that I finally got it working on an ARM board. I've had real good success with libvirt. One of the things I do know is I can't use like the Leonardo version of Debian because it doesn't have any of the virtualization in it. So that's got me a little bit upset because new boards. I like these rock chips are pretty incredible. In fact, there's a rock chip Nook out there. If I ever can find it, I'd like to try it out. All right. Okay. We'll see if this goes. Let's check. All right. Cool. Okay. I'm going to do presentation. Stop sharing the screen for a second. I'm going to go up to here real quick. And we're going to go to so I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to be starting my Learning Linux next month for sure. And some of the stuff we're going to go over is going to be monitoring. And I really want to, one of the things I'm going to do before that is I'm going to talk about the different monitoring out there. A lot of people, let's do this. I'm going to share my entire, okay. I'm going to share out this for a second, but I wanted to show you guys a lot of people we're using Docker containers, and this is Casa OS. And where are you being difficult? There we go. And one of the things they like to run is Uptime Kuma, which is a simple container, and it's a lot like Hobbit. And right now I have nothing in this. If I did, you would see, up in green. And you know what? Here, let's add a host real quick, just to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go and we're gonna add it's Kitsune, which means fox. And real quick, I'm going to tell it to ignore the TSL, and we're going to hit save. Now we're monitoring it, and that's the website that we were just on. An unknown error has occurred. Okay, well, we'll play with this later. But the check MK stuff that I did for the video, it's been working pretty good. Oh, look at that. This is why I love this software. So let's go in real quick. I'm getting some alerts over here. And oh yeah, it is a little bit warm. So all right, go into host. There's my Proxmox on the X1. And there is a file system that and here's something that's really cool about the CheckMK stuff is that it is always checking your OSs. So it's discovered that I have one unmonitored device on there, and we can go do a check. But here's the thing I wanted to look at. And we're going to click on this, and I'm going to be right back. I need something to drink. I could have swore I had a balls open. Anyway, all right, let's click on this. Last 24 hours, last 8 days. It it's saying the heat's okay, but if I go up to here, okay, zone 3. All right, so let's go back into my host. Come up to here. I do have 2 warnings. Okay. So I need to get some coolant on this because it's saying that the CPU right now, it's averaging, I mean, it's not critical, but it's still a little bit toasty. So, and that's the cool thing about this. So this little X1's in a metal case, and 0, 2, and 3 appear to be okay temperature zone, but the 2 has been, it's up there as well. Okay, it's a little bit toasty, but so I probably want to get, it's got a fan, and I know the fan spins up because I've been playing some Minecraft on it. So, in fact, here, let me show you something. This is me coming in and playing Minecraft. And this is since I started monitoring this almost, it's been up for a month. Okay. Yeah, there's been some down period. I was doing some electrical work, but this is, like I said, Check MK is a real nice one. And the whole reason I got it was for my NAS, which we'll need to add. This is the Orange Pi 32 gig. And we got some unknown checks. If we come in here real quick, let's see what it doesn't know. So it's saying we lost some interfaces. We have some criticals on this one. So what's going on with this one? So we had some, well, if I didn't show you guys this, let me go back into this real quick. We're going to go into host. We're going to click over here. We're going to click over here. And I'm going to tell it real quick. I want to do another quick discovery just to see if there's anything that's changed. Haven't had a Mountain Dew in years. My doctor would shoot me. All right. So we're going to tell it. Hold on. Let's do a rescan one more time. And it's going to remove the four unknowns. Okay. We're going to tell it to remove it. Okay. This is useful too, because if someone comes in and try to hack your system, or someone mounted something on a system, you can kind of see where it has mounted it. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it to accept all. All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to tell it to activate the changes that we just did. Now, if we click over here, our health is a little bit happier. And Cronus is still complaining because it doesn't have TSL assigned to it, but we can get that fixed up. And I still don't have my NAS hooked up. So if I come over here real quick, again, reason people like Kuma is it's really simple. Up, down. That's all it is. Up, good. Down, bad. Okay. And I'm going to add a tag real quick. We don't have a color, so I'm going to assign purple. And I'm going to put NAS, add, and we'll hit save. Now it's saying that, because it's self-signature. So let's go back into this, hit edit. If you're using self-signed certs, click on the ignore TSL and hit save. Okay. And now if we come over here and click up on our dashboard, see it complains it was a self-signed, but it shows stuff is up. Now, if I come over here and let's say I want to add it, okay, I go in this setup host and non-monitoring host, meaning that I'm not ready for it to monitor stuff. I just want to see if it's up or down. I would put it here. But one of the things I'm going to put in for right now is we're going to put it over here. And we're going to go ahead and say add host. We're going to call it NAS2. This is the one that the MegaReg card died on. If you have your own DNS like I do, you don't need to use the IP addresses, but I recommend IP addresses because if you ever lose your DNS, the monitoring server will still go and check it. And I'm going to say right now we're just going to use check MK. So I'm going to hit run. It's going to try to go out there and see the properties, and it's going to come back and it's going to fail. No agent. So remember, now I got to come over here, click on the Linux agent. I'm going to do a copy address. Okay. And I don't think you guys are seeing this. Let's see. Let's go over here. Nope, you're not. So let me change my stop sharing for a minute. Okay. I'm going to share screen. And I'm going to select my mobile extern. So clear it out. And if it helps, if I can type. Permission denied. And I don't think I allowed admin to log on. I don't think I got root able to log on. Yep. All right, so let me go fix that real quick. Logging into TrueNAS. And I'm using TrueNAS scale. We're going to stop sharing for a second. Come back in. And we're going to select all right. So this kind of show you, I have a beefy box, and I'm lucky. This is why I was kind of mad when it died on me. As you can see, it's got close to 72 gigs of memory, a little bit overkill, but I am planning to run verts on this as well as my TrueNAS. I have 12 disk, and if I come in right now, I'm using like 1 terabytes of it, and my ZFS is healthy, and my disks are healthy. Okay, and part of the reason I want to get the CheckMK up and running is so that I can monitor this, because when you lose disk, you lose data. And even though I have this in a RAID scenario, RAID is not a backup. And when I lost 8 terabytes of the, luckily it was a lot of stuff I can repair. Okay, it's kind of irritating. So anyway, services is here. SSH is here. We're going to click over here and allow TC advanced. I don't see allow password authentication. Yes. And Kerberos, no. No. All right. So if we go back over to system, not updates. Where is storage? General time servers. Okay. Not change passwords. Credentials. Local user. Admin. Edit. And no, we want that. What we want right there. Okay. And I need to do one more thing. Hold on. SSH, Z shell is fine. Allow sudo command. Yeah, allow all sudo commands. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's go back over here so you guys can see what I was doing. Okay. All right. Admin. There we go. We'll give it a second. Make sure wget is there. Okay, good. So wget, paste the URL from our site, and it's not showing up. So let me go back over to here, click on CheckMK, copy link address. There we go. Now if I do sudo pkpg-i. Nice thing about mobile xterm, highlight it and you can paste. And now we will put in our password again. And I mistyped it, so it's going to fail. And it's not going to let me install it. Okay. Probably it's not going to let me do that either. Ah, it will. Okay. Hmm. All right, let's try this real quick. What do you mean command not found? Interesting. Okay. So that isn't going the way I want to. And this is you can tell it's a live event. So let me see real quick. Hmm. And I'm reading real quick. So it might not be possible. Okay, Well, if I can't do it this way, I'll set up SNMP, but I can't show it because if I do, people will know my community key. No, it is not public. It is something else, but I need to make sure that it's in here and it's usable. This is a little bit frustrating because, well, they have it locked down pretty much. Okay, and what I wanted to do was install it, but they're saying you can add it as a request, and I just, like I said, I want to be able to install an agent. So, all right, well, guys, I'm only streaming for an hour. I don't think a lot of people watched anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end this now, and we will hang out again. Hopefully, I can get some other people that work with these small board computers come hang out with me. It's part of the reason I use StreamYard. StreamYard was introduced by a buddy of mine named Matt Farmer, and it's nice because I can broadcast to multiple places, and I can have people come on and hang out with me, and we could talk. Right now, though, um, since I'm getting in the feed, it's not really a point to, but anyway, but been doing a lot in my little home lab. Um, just to show you guys. The camera's not turning. So it's a mess. And over here, I've added storage to my Orange Pi CM4. I've been fighting with the Banana Pi M6 and the Banana Pi Berry. So I'll be showing more on those. But anyway, please leave a like and subscribe. If there's anything you're curious about, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I've had several people reach out to ask about cameras. I guess I should ask Banana Pi and Orange Pi what cameras they recommend because if it's for Raspberry, it's not really going to work. Maybe even UE2, on their board. It'd be nice to get some cameras up because I did not realize a lot of people are using these for like security stuff. I know emulation, doing retro gaming is a big thing. My thing is I've always been using these for either gaming or my small labs and the virtualization that you guys see. Believe it or not, I have my own Git server over here that replaced a virtual machine, and I might move it over to the Raspberry Pi 5 to see if I get better support. But there's a lot of cool stuff, and it's getting to the point I may have to buy a 3D printer. And if I do, I may ask Matt Farmer to come on and hang out with me and see what he recommends because he's done a lot of 3D printing and see if he can help me because where I love the acrylic cases, I want to get a tool where I can cut out acrylic and wood. I'm going to need a workshop. Who knows? I might go to Decatur and see if the maker's space is still available. and see if they can train me and let me use their if they have one, so that I can do stuff there. But that's gonna be it for this post. Again, appreciate anybody who came on watch. We'll be doing more stuff in my home lab. Got to figure out why I got a bug on Red Hat. Doesn't help. But I am going to get a vert running on my Proxmox server. I mean, again, guys, you don't know how excited I am that I have a Proxmox running on an Orange Pi. But and I'm going to get monitoring on this NAS so that I can see the temperatures and other things like that. So anyway, that's going to be it for this go around. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you hopefully in a week. There will be videos, some shorts and things coming along. So if you like my videos, hit the like bell. If you want to see content before it comes out, subscribe. I do have a Patreon page that my Learning Linux stuff will go on first, and it will be up there for members. And then after a while, I will submit it to the regular site. So, but until next time, this is Terra Pup. Peace.